Here are 3 ways letting go instantly clears your energy. What is up, Light Fam? It is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. When we say letting go, what we mean is letting go of what no longer serves, what your heart tells you that you have outgrown, or quite simply, what is bad or toxic for your mental health and your peace. But why don't we simply let go when we know that we need to let go? Because the ego believes it's a threat to survival. Typically, what you're letting go of comprises a piece of your perceived identity. Who's in charge of the survival of your perceived identity? The ego. So this is typically where the battle between the head and the heart begins, which at its core is really just the battle between fear and love. So always be brave enough and love yourself enough to choose love, Light Fam. But wait, what's the first thing that you think of when I ask you, what have you outgrown? Now, typically the first thing that pops into your mind without the ego chiming in with its second opinion because it knows there's a threat to survival to let that thing go, the first thing that pops into your mind is typically the thing that is keeping you anchored in the dark night of the soul, keeping you anchored on the sidelines of life, watching other people live the life that you want to live, keeping you anchored in spiritual awakening loneliness or the spiritual void. Letting go of that one thing will skyrocket you out of the dark night of the soul, get you out of spiritual awakening loneliness or the spiritual void. So are you brave enough to let that one thing go, Light Fam? And is that one thing still not jumping out at you? You're not sure what it is? Well, come here. Have you decided to look at your story? Yes, the universe is always going to mirror back to you your story. The reality that you experience is way more subjective than it is objective. So is your story in alignment with your head, fear, or is it in alignment with your heart, love? If your story is not serving you, are you brave enough to let go of your story? Oh, well, wait a minute. Letting go of that story means that I'm going to have to take accountability. I'm going to have to start doing the work. I can no longer sit on the sidelines playing the victim, pointing fingers. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. You are going to have to start doing the work and taking accountability to become the newer, greater, stronger version of yourself. So are you ready to let go of what no longer serves? No? Still not convinced? Okay, well then let's get into 3 ways letting go instantly clears your energy right now. Let go. The first way letting go clears your energy is you make room for the new identity. There is a new identity that is in alignment with your authentic self, an identity who lives in the energetic house of your heart. But there's been a tower moment, be it a painful breakup or a financial scare or a health scare, that is threatening the existence of the old identity, threatening the existence of the person who you always thought you were. We call this the false self. So the false self is the identity that your ego told you you need to be to survive. Well, if I people please, I'll survive. If I chase approval and validation, I'll survive. If I trauma bond to this person, then I won't die alone and I'll survive. But when you have the courage to let go of that old identity, you start the transformation process into your heart-led identity, your authentic self. That authentic self may be someone that fearlessly goes after their dreams. Maybe that authentic self is someone that knows their worth and uses their voice when their boundaries are being stepped on. Maybe that authentic you identifies as whole and complete and just lives in the magic of the present now moment. But if that old identity is hogging up all of the space, meaning you're going through the motions of the old identity, hardwiring in those old behavior patterns, do you really think that you're going to have time to step into the shoes of the new identity and act out those new behavior patterns? Well, no. So letting go of the old you clears up space so that you can act out the new you. And the second way letting go instantly clears your energy is it moves you into a state of expansion. What do I mean by this? By letting go of what no longer serves, which is essentially your old identity, you're actively showing your ego that it's not a threat to survival, to just let that old identity die by letting go of it. This instantly moves you out of a state of fight or flight, which is a closed off state of resistance, allowing you to move into a state of receptivity, where the new behavior patterns are no longer viewed as a threat to survival. Those new behavior patterns are now no longer viewed with fear and resistance, but now with curiosity and acceptance and allowing, which makes that new identity come into your timeline with more grace and ease. You then start to attract the people, places, and things in alignment with the new identity. This is why you shouldn't get stuck in sadness and grieving when you let people go on your spiritual awakening journey, because when the universe takes people away, it's really just making space for the new people, places, and things in alignment with your new identity. Think about it. If you're wanting to become someone new, someone on a higher vibration with bigger goals and dreams, but you're surrounded by a bunch of small-minded, negative people, how much tougher is it going to be for you to take action towards those dreams when you not only don't have a support system, but you're surrounded by people that are discouraging you and fearing you into staying right where you are, so that they can keep you in their small little sandbox, so that your big dreams are no longer a threat to their small minds. Now, before we get on to the third way that letting go clears your energy, if you're finding value in the content, please click the subscribe button. Also, click the notification bell, and please share with anyone that you believe is holding on to something that is holding them back. Also, if you're having trouble letting go of something, we can work one-on-one through Zoom. Check the description below for that. We can reprogram your belief system to understand it's not a threat to survival to let go and allow that new you to step into your timeline. Okay, on to the third way, letting go instantly clears your energy. And the third way letting go instantly clears your energy is you move through life much more effortlessly. It's like spring cleaning or clearing the caches on your computer or your browser. Your computer works much more efficiently when you delete the things that are bogging down your hard drive or your browser. Similarly, in your life, when you let go of the things that are out of alignment with your heart, you're no longer at vibrational odds with the emerging identity and your immediate circle. Now, that emerging identity seems to get stronger day by day. When you let go of what no longer resonates with your heart, that authentic self, which resides in the heart, can now attract things that resonate with it. Stop and think about how purposeful, meaningful, and magical your life would be if you were living in alignment with your heart. Well, then let go of what doesn't resonate with your heart, and those things will stop attracting their vibrational equivalent. When you have a bunch of junk in your life, however you define junk, then that junk, or whatever's out of alignment with your heart, has its own momentum and inertia that attracts its vibrational equivalent into your life. But when you let go of what you know you need to let go of, the signal coming from your authentic self, coming from your heart, is no longer distracted and muddied by a bunch of junk in your energy field. Then you move into the vortex, as Abraham Hicks likes to say. The heart is no longer encumbered by the dead weight of all the things that you were once scared to let go of. And the heart's tractor beam of attraction is now uninhibited. And at that point, life just feels like you're on that moving sidewalk at the airport, because what you have done energetically is you've let go of resistance. I love you guys. Namaste.